award-winning Beyond Vaudeville program with your host Frank Hope and your co-host David Green. Show business legend Joey Fay and Judy Fay, sci-fi expert Ronald Held, conspiracy guy Vinson Hayes, actor Joe Fleishaker, Joey the Monkey, and lots more.
Okay, thank you and welcome once again to the Beyond Vaudeville program. Thank you, David, for reading the credits. A very special day for us here. There's actually a guy from the Daily News and a guy from Us Magazine, and we're very excited. I should tell you about the Daily News. There was this thing in the news where you had to find this hubcap that was painted by the artist Konstantin Bokov. And you see, you had to find this, no, over here, okay. You had to find that hubcap, and I walked around and I found it. And it's on the set, and it's over that way, but maybe you can look for it during the show. You'll see it over there. And so I'm very excited about that. I want to thank some fans for writing in. Some fans, Mark Rayboy and Catherine Hoffman and Elizabeth and William Mulroney and Michael and Nancy Feldman, and all kinds of great people have been writing us nice letters. And just want to show some things that I got. This is the baby Sinclair doll from the Dinosaurs, and he talks. I'm the baby, he says.
Does it say anything else?
Gotta love me. See, Ronald, are you familiar with the Dinosaurs program?
Yes, I have seen it.
You want to play with that a little bit? Okay. And also want to show, and the Tetris cookies from the popular video game. I have that on my Game Boy, Tetris. And also, okay.
Well, I guess he doesn't want to.
Okay. Also, I've been doing some new models. This is a tank model I did. Do you ever do models like this, Ronald?
No, I've never done tanks before. I've done other things, aircraft, spacecraft. No, I haven't done tanks before.
But you know, you buy the kit and you can paint them, or you don't even have to paint them because they come in a color, and you can use them like that, right? David, you do models sometimes. Oh, all right. Oh boy. Oh.
You didn't have to do that, Dave.
All right. I better not show any more models. Okay, also, I got a musical thing. You know, these music boxes you can get. Maybe we can calm things down here a bit. And it does Feelings. You know the song Feelings,
yes,
Ronald?
I do. Will that calm down Dave, though?
No, well, I don't think anything will calm him down.
Just leave it there.
And I want to show the crash test dummies, from the commercials, the crash test guys. Now they're a doll you can get. And they're lots of fun. One more thing I want to show is the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes doll. And you remember this, Ronald,
yes.
right?
Classic.
The movie. And now, okay. All right, David, why don't you bring that over here? No. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't think we need any music like that anymore.
Okay. All right, why don't we try to get things back on track here. Ronald, how are you doing lately?
Haven't been here in a while, but it's always good to visit.
Well, it's great to have you back, and you have a special shirt on today. Maybe you can show this to our audience.
I just have an upgrade here to the basic clamshell type communicator that many.
An upgrade.
Okay.
Wow, what is an upgrade? The basic clamshell communicator was about that big, that wide.
Right.
Wrist communicator was a size large watch, and this is much smaller.
Right. From the Star Trek series, we should point out for the two people who don't know. Right.
Two people?
Well,
maybe one.
Okay, David. Now, could you demonstrate how this works?
Well, there's probably no one in the neighborhood, but sure we can.
Wow, that's pretty neat. I'd like to get one of those. Maybe you could show me where to get them. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after the show. It shouldn't be that hard.
Okay.
Maybe David would like one too.
Oh, I don't.
Perhaps not.
I don't think so. Okay. Well, why don't we get to our guests now? Right in the beginning, we said show business legend, and he really is. We're very honored to have the one and only Joey Fay and Judy Fay. How do you do, Mr. Fay?
Hello. Mr. Fay's my father.
That's okay. now I called you a legend, Mr. Fay, and Judy, you're a new legend, I guess.
New legend, right? Huh.
And but you have done so much in the theater and the TV, and you were actually on one of my favorite shows, The New Treasure Hunt with Jeff Edwards, right? A while back, and Candid Camera, and Ed Sullivan. You were on like 30 times or something like that.
I feel like I'm dead.
No, oh no. But you actually started in Vaudeville, right? This is like
Vaudeville, yes. Actually, I started in Minsky's Burlesque,
oh,
42nd Street and Broadway,
right.
and that's where we. I'm afraid of this guy here.
Oh, don't mind him, Mr. Fay.
Okay.
And now you started in the Minsky's Burlesque, and then you eventually went on to the theater and all kinds of
I did 31 Broadway shows,
right.
which isn't a big deal because when you say 31 Broadway shows, that means a lot of them were flops.
Oh,
Not very many hits, but we had some hits, and 12 movies and so forth. I still feel like I'm doing my epitaph or something.
no, okay. Well, let's talk about what you're up to nowadays. Now you have a series that you had done a little while back that you're.
I did 200 shorts.
Right.
Called Mac and Maya for Hire. If anybody was a kid in 1968 or around there,
Right.
they'll remember the thing because WPIX showed them 3 times a day.
Right.
And Boston, they showed them 3 times a day. But we have 200 films if anybody wants to buy them, half hour each, and we're available.
Okay, well, they're very funny about the handymen, and it's really I remember them very well. Now I just want to. You also did lots of bits. You were a Tumler, they call it, right, in the Catskills.
Tumblr, yeah.
Tumler, and you do all your routines. And one of the favorite things that I always thought was one of your funniest things was your sneezing. Have you solved all that? You're not sneezing anymore?
You can't exact. There was a man in movies who snows, if that's the word.
Oh.
He used to go, Billy Gilbert.
Okay.
I have to ask her. Billy Gilbert used to go, hey, if I, he used to build up to a sneeze. Hey, and then when the big sneeze came, it was, and he'd wipe out the whole studio.
Wow, that's great. And
Not the big sneeze.
now you two brought along a special comedy routine you were going to do for us
I'll
today,
tell you
right?
what. To stop with the small talk,
Okay.
I'll do a little comedy sketch
Oh
first.
boy. Okay.
But let me explain about the sketch first of all. Before, can I stand up?
Oh please.
All right. Camera got me.
Okay.
I'm standing. No. First of all, the telephone company. Oh. Would you mind going?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The telephone company loused us up by changing the numbers, changing the call stations from Gramercy and Maine and so forth and so on, changing them to numbers, and that loused up the sketch. But I think the sketch is still worthy of it. But before I do the sketch, oh, by the way, you like the tie? It's a gift from my wife. I came home unexpectedly, found it on the bed. But anyway, going back to, I'll tell you what, I'll do one fast doctor joke. Doctor's in the office and Mrs. Schwartz comes in and says, yes, Mrs. Schwartz, he says, I've examined you and you're perfectly healthy, there's nothing I can do. He says, why'd you come here for? He says, well, I need some romance and which I don't get sex from my husband. I thought maybe you could help. He says, I'll speak to your husband. Mr. Schwartz out here? He says, yes, I'm Mr. Schwartz. He said, Mr. Schwartz, I've spoken to your wife and I feel that she needs a little sex, a little romance. And Schwartz says, so what? The doctor says, well, I suggest you bring her up here. Take her. I'll tell you what. Give her some love and romance. Let's say 3 times a week. Schwartz says, when? Doctor says, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He says, all right. Monday and Wednesday I'll drive her here. Fridays you'll have to take the bus.
Joey Fay, call Circle 78300.
What?
Joey Fay, call Circle
I
78300.
got a phone call. Excuse me while I make the phone. Circle 78300. They must be important if they're calling in here. Oh, excuse me. Do you mind if I use the phone?
Not at all.
Yeah, okay.
After I get through.
Well, hurry up. Will you circle 783? I gotta remember circle 78300. If I had a pencil, I could write the number down now. What's the number again? Pencil. Pennsylvania 78300. Pennsylvania 78300.
Hi, Barbara.
Pennsylvania.
I tried to call you before.
Pennsylvania 48300.
Well, I know I
yeah.
said I'd call you before, but I had to see Grandma.
See Gramercy 48300.
Hey, did I meet a guy?
Barkley
He
48300.
started to dance
Hurry up,
with
will you,
me
lady?
for a while. I thought he was all mine.
Barkley 94300.
Then what do you think happened? Andy cut me
Endicott
out.
94300.
Anyway,
Will
we
you
went
hurry
to
up, lady?
about
Before
7 or 8 places and got lit like a Christmas tree.
78300.
Listen, Barbara, I gotta hang up now. Some nut.
Nutley
wants to use the phone.
78300.
Bye, Barbara.
Nutley 783. I gotta remember the
What's the
number.
matter, buddy? They got you running around in circles?
Yeah, circle 78300. And that's the bit.
Wow. Wow, that's great, Mr. Fay. And
What's this, Mr. Fay?
Oh,
So
okay.
formal.
oh, well, I'm just so honored to have you here. Well,
We'll do another short little bit. You got time for
oh, okay. Yeah, a quick one. Okay.
Yes.
Pardon me. I'd like to become an actor. We'll do it fast.
Well, you know you need money to become an
Well,
actor.
forget about the money. The thing is, I don't speak very well.
I
We're
noticed
cutting it.
that, yes. May I help you with that, possibly?
When you see I don't know, the big words knock me out. There's one word that fractures me altogether.
Really, what
The
is
stuff
that?
they use on the kitchen floor, linoleum.
Oh,
Linoleum.
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 Linoleum. No, let me break it down for you,
Linoleum.
okay?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Linoleum.
Linoleum. No. There's one word that kills me altogether.
What's that?
The stuff they make pots and pans out of aluminum.
Oh, aluminum.
Aluminum.
Aluminum. No, let's try it
Yeah,
again,
go
okay?
ahead.
Aluminum. Aluminum.
Linoleum. Oh, why didn't we say that? Okay.
Wow.
Thank
and,
you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, please stay. Now that's one of 18,000 bits, according to Joe Franklin, that Mr. Fay does, and Joey Fay. I won't say Mr. anymore. Okay. Well, we do want to bring out our next guest, if we may, and he's actually returning to the Vaudeville program, and he has some new news on the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy theory. And please let's welcome Mr. M. Vinson Hayes to the program. How do you do, Mr. Hayes? There's the microphone. I'll help you there. Okay. Pardon me, Mr. Held, for going in front. Now, Mr. Hayes, there's lots of new news about the Monroe case, right?
Yes, especially many of our viewers may have seen it on Hard Copy, Channel 2. Recently, Hard Copy had the last word about Marilyn Monroe, and it was authorized the mafia. They'd taken a contract to hit her, use a suppository instead of an injection. She died with barbiturates in the bloodstream. This was definitely not an oral overdose. And Marilyn was murdered on the orders of some biggie. Well, why was she murdered? Why did the CIA, who would authorize the CIA to have a contract in Marilyn's life in the first place? She had the love letters of Bobby Kennedy to her, written on the stationery of the Attorney General's office. There were 24 love letters, one of which said that he wanted to make her the First Lady. She was using these love letters to blackmail Robert Kennedy to force him to divorce Ethel and marry her. And John F. Kennedy at that time was head of the Kennedy family. And it is my feeling that it was John F. Kennedy who alleged that Marilyn had communist proclivities. She wasn't a communist, but he alleged that. And that the CIA took the contract, gave it to the mafia.
Okay. Now, well, it's great that you're able to inform our viewers, Mr. Hayes,
Yes,
because
we're trying to get the 1962 Marilyn Monroe murder file from the CIA.
okay, and you see, so Beyond Vaudeville is also informative. We do have entertainers and such, but we also have very important news. And this is some of the research, Mr. Hayes, you've come up with.
Yes, it was so bad back in those years that Chief of Police Parker of the Los Angeles Police Force, who had the original Los Angeles file on Marilyn Monroe, was using that file to blackmail John F. Kennedy to force him to name him Parker to replace J. Edgar Hoover as head of the FBI.
Oh, and wow, well, that's, boy, things really could have been different. Mr. and Mrs. Fay, Marilyn Monroe could have been First Lady. That's certainly something that none of us ever thought about, I guess.
I never conceived of that before.
Wow. No. Okay. Well,
I think there should be a postage stamp for Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, all right. Well, now, Mr. Hayes, we want you to stay with us, but we do want to bring everyone out, if we may. And this is someone who we've enjoyed having before on the program. Oh, here. And he is an actor, and his name, please, Mr. Joe Fleishaker. Okay. How do you do, Mr. Fleishaker? Maybe move over a little bit there, Ronald. Okay.
It's great to be back.
Well, it's nice to have you back, Mr. Fleishaker. And I said you were an actor. You've done a number of the trauma movies,
Oh,
right?
many trauma movies. Many trauma movies.
And we have some of the things around the set that he brought with us today, because you not only are in trauma movies, but you collect all
I
kind
collect
of toxic.
all kinds of trauma and toxic memorabilia, including the just released Toxic Crusader comic book, Marvel's latest,
Look at that.
with the wonderful slogan on top. Can you read the top line?
Maybe you want to read that, Ronald?
Let's see, the top line goes, they're gross, but they still get girls.
Now that's
Toxic.
that's a
Crusaders.
slogan. That's a slogan to live by.
Wow.
I know there's a lot of people out there who get encouraged by slogans
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
sure you live by it.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I look at
That's-
you and I live right by it.
Don't mind him, Mr. Fleishaker.
Okay, well.
What else did you bring now?
Well, a few little odds and ends, you know, just, there's over 100 products that have come out or are coming out, all with the Toxic Crusader name.
Oh.
The card game.
Oh, look at that. We'll have to play this sometime. A whole card game thing?
And if you really want to play, the Battle for Tromaville.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, this is the ultimate battle of good against evil.
Oh, it's really,
The evil Dr. Killamoff, whose intentions are to destroy the planet with pollution,
Oh,
so that his bug-like aliens from the planet Smogula can take over everybody.
oh, wow.
But fortunately, we have the Toxic Crusaders, as they say, environmentally informed and hideously deformed.
Okay.
And these guys will save the world.
And now, I'm sorry you weren't here before, Mr. Fleishaker, when we were having our discussion on the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy.
Yes.
Any thoughts on that at all, or?
I believe that there's a lot of conspiracies. Marilyn Monroe's conspiracy, I have no knowledge of whatsoever.
Okay.
I believe there's a conspiracy against the Toxic Avenger. That I believe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when was the last time you saw the Toxic Avenger on HBO or on MTV? Huh?
Well,
What
I
does
guess.
that tell you?
Well,
Discrimination, maybe?
Maybe. But there are many other things going on. As he would know from the science fiction world, the new Star Trek series,
right.
which is coming up next year,
Yeah, Deep Space
Deep
Nine.
Space Nine. And then I understand that I've just gotten news from a friend of mine in England who has a friend in a newspaper that they've just signed a new Doctor Who. It's not been officially announced, so maybe it even hasn't happened. Brian Blessed,
Oh.
who's been spoken
Wow.
of before.
You heard it here first. Now,
Fine
yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Fay, have you seen the Toxic Avenger movies? Or,
No, we have.
well, it's do you
It's
do
a
you like,
series of 3 movies, actually, a trilogy of terror.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Well, but you like science fiction movies at all?
Science fiction,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, you probably like and Mr. Fleishaker is very good in them.
But I've also done some.
One of these.
I've also done some mainstream movies like Radio Days with Woody Allen.
Oh, yes.
I was in the recently completed movie Close to Eden, directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Melanie Griffith, in which I played a Hasidic rabbi
Oh,
with
okay.
full beard.
Interested in 200 films, half hour each, we call Mac and Maya for hire.
All right. Well,
You mean making them or buying them? If you want to remake them, we'll talk.
okay. Now, well, we do have another special guest we want to bring out before we can talk a little more, and it's actually a resident guest, and he's our favorite lovable dancing Joey the Monkey, and if we can have his music, he's going to do a special fire dance today for us. Hello, Joey. Hello. Okay.
It seems to me, you almost had a catastrophe here.
Oh, no, everything's under
and if you do, our organization, AIC,
Catastrophe Specialist.
we specialize in catastrophes. We can create them, we can prevent them, whatever you need.
It says it right on his hat there.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I'll go out and arrange the bail.
Oh, no, please, no, Mr. Fay, don't worry. Now, Mr. Fay, maybe you could explain. All right, David. David, I didn't do it. It was Joey. Go bother him. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even know he was going to do it. All right, David. All right, we've got to get, all right, oh boy. Okay, we've got to get the show, keep the show going, right? Okay. Now, Mr. Fay, now that was an old routine from Vaudeville, right? That you'd think it was a fire bucket, the water, but it was confetti. So it was just in good fun, right?
Well, I was in the circus using that a lot.
See, so it was all in good fun. I'm sure Joey didn't mean anything by it. And Mrs. Fay, I'm sorry that you got some of that on you there.
That's all right, I can brush it.
Little dandruff.
Okay. Now, oh boy. Well, that was a nice dance, Joey. I'm sorry that it didn't. That David got so upset. Now let's. Now, Mr. Hayes, you actually had a séance where you brought Marilyn Monroe back. Is that right?
Yes, for the last several years we've had seances at places like the National Arts Club in Gramercy Park, where we have had a psychic who would reach Marilyn Monroe on the night of the full moon. And this year it just develops that the full moon is on August 13th. So we're going to plan another seance on August 13th of this year, trying to reach Marilyn, who in the past has claimed that she was murdered by the Kennedys.
Now she said that when she came to you guys.
Psychic reached her.
Okay, wow. That's have you tried to get anyone else through the psychic or?
No, we have not tried to reach anyone other than Marilyn through the psychic.
Okay, all right.
And this year, I will point out, is the 30th anniversary of her alleged suicide, which I call murder.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I should say that's just Mr. Hayes talking because I don't know. I don't know that that's true, Mr. Hayes. But I mean, it could be. It could be, right, Ronald? I mean, it could.
Without objective evidence and all the files which the gentleman says are locked up, it would be difficult to ascertain either way.
See, Mr. Held is very intelligent. That was spoken like a lawyer, the way you said that.
No, I have no formal lawyer training.
Okay, well, all right. Now also, Mr. Fay, I'd just like to talk about some of the plays that you were in. And you were in Strip for Action.
Strip for Action was a play written by Lindsay and Krauss.
Right.
And but why not talk about another play called Waiting for Godot?
Oh.
Which was the national company I did out on the coast with my former partner Jack Albertson.
Oh, because Jack Albertson was in Strip for.
He was also in Strip for
Action too.
We were partners for 10, 12 years.
Oh.
And well, a lot of shows. How about Top Banana with Phil Silvers?
Right.
How about you weren't around then.
Okay. And now you two have been performing how long together?
About what, 18 years? Something like
Wow.
that, close to it. Yeah.
Well,
And then we also work out on our own, also. Different things.
We have a show that we did at the we did down at the in the village,
right.
but the producer ran out of money, and instead of being there 10 weeks, we were there 2 days.
Oh boy. I guess I bet it was great though, and it shows how much you've been working together.
We took our
Really
last
funny.
bow from a packing case.
No. Now, Mr. Fleishaker, have you done a comedy and all like that? Does stand-up comedy?
Stand-up comedy, no, but I did do a musical comedy play recently off Broadway,
Oh.
written and directed by Phoebe Legere, who you may know as
Oh,
the...
she was on our program.
Oh, was she?
Right.
Okay,
She
very
was on with
talented lady.
David. I wasn't there that day, and David messed it up because he got the timing all wrong and
yes.
everything.
Yeah,
was-
right.
And it was really, and I've talked to fans of the show who said that one was really boring.
I wouldn't say that
Okay.
if I were you.
No,
All
that
right,
sounds
I didn't
good.
say a big fan of David. Okay, but we will. All right, let's talk about something else. You did.
Sure.
Now, do you sing at all?
No, I don't sing. I was the only non-singing, non-dancing person in this musical comedy.
Oh.
But I did. I played a politically incorrect candidate running for president of the United States, and the name of the play is "Hello, Mrs. President," about the first black woman elected as president.
Okay.
And I ran against her, and I had a lot of fun. I did get to work an audience almost like a stand-up comic would do, because all my answers were hilarious to the debate questions. When they ask me what I'm going to do about the economy, and I go, I really like rich people.
Oh.
And I build on an answer like that. You play the audience because they're all so serious, they expect something legitimate to come out.
Okay.
And that's a lot of fun. I later attempt to assassinate her,
Okay.
but which was a more physical thing. I get to run around the stage a little. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it sounds like, yeah, assassinating.
And we'll
someone,
probably
that's
be doing it again later in the year.
Oh, okay. So we still have a little time, for about 4 minutes. Okay. Mr. Fleishaker, I didn't ask if you could do this earlier, but I got American Gladiator battering rams, and I was wondering if you want to play with me a little bit with that.
Sure, I'd be glad to.
Okay. Maybe if the puppets could give me a battering ram, or unless Joey wants to play. Joey, you want to play? Okay, Joey wants to play. And this, okay. And let me just get your mic there, and we'll give you a little music. Here you go, Joey. Joey loves to play. Okay. And I'll give you a little music, and you guys can play with the American Gladiators thing.
Where are all those pads on the floor that they're supposed to land on?
Oh, everything's, no.
They always land on these cushions. I don't see any cushions. Fortunately, I brought my own. I'm wearing them.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. What's going on around here?
All right.
Uh-oh.
David, you weren't supposed to
wouldn't
play.
do that.
All right.
I lost my head. Yes, what do you want?
All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, what happened to the record player? I think you guys busted the record player. This isn't the way the show was supposed to go. Well, I guess you're the winner, Mr.
Thank you.
Fleishaker, since you're still here. And David lost, and Joey's a sport. He shakes his hand even though he lost. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we better wrap things up now. Mr. and Mrs. Fay, so we'll see you doing your comedy routines all around
Yeah,
town.
we hope so, sure.
And thank you very much for coming by. And Mr. Hayes, anything new on your front that we should look for? Or?
Well, yes, as you know, I'm interested in the Beaux-Arts Ball, and we're having another one this year. It benefits town needy fashion students. And we're having a party Friday, May 8th at the Soda Sales Airmen's Club, and anyone interested should call me at Gramercy 34546 in Manhattan.
Okay, and you use Gramercy just like in the routine.
That's right.
That's right. So everything's coming together now. Now that David's not around, maybe things are going a little nicer. And Mr. Fleishaker, anything?
Well, look for me this summer in Troma's latest classic, Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD, in which I play a plainclothes New York City cop who can't get enough of powdered donuts.
Okay, and Mr. Held, we'll see you at the creation science fiction conventions,
perhaps
and,
so.
all around at the conventions. And we're just going to play some music now, and maybe you can get a shot of that hubcap I found if there's time. From the, is there any time? Okay. Well, thanks for watching Beyond Vaudeville, and tune in next week. Tune in every week to watch us. Why don't you?